Hey, Facebook. This is Candace Joseph, your favorite business guru. And you guys know that usually on Sunday nights, I have the Business House Broker Hour with Candace Joseph on Hot Music Radio from 7 to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. But, every now and then, I like to have a Monday edition, or maybe one day during the week. And the reason being is because I get to meet some of the most amazing and incredible people there are. And I decided, Sunday is cool, but I'm all about giving you more knowledge. So tonight, I have a special guest that's going to join us. But first and foremost, let's get to this intro, shall we?
HighVolumeMusicRadio.com. The Business Knowledge Broker Hour.
Hey, yo, Guru, you ready?
Business, marketing, accounting, social media, resources, strategies, tips, events. The Business Knowledge Broker Hour.
It's just savage business.
Grants, funding,
business.
capital,
Business.
life insurance, annuities, finances, tax tips, strategies, music, business, local spotlights, business highlights, leadership, entrepreneurship. The Business Knowledge Broker Hour. HighVolumeMusicRadio.com.
So like I said, just a little bit of intro. Over the course of doing this show for the past year, I've met some amazing entrepreneurs and people in nonprofit space. And I like to bring them on as my guest because you got to know about their greatness. You have to know where to find them. You have to know what product or service they offer. You have to know about their nonprofit efforts and what they're doing in the community. Because at the end of the day, we're all global citizens. And so I'm going to bring up on my screen one of the great people that I've met this year. And I know you probably said, okay, well, come on, Guru. The year just started. Exactly. So just think about what we're going to do in 2021. So I'm going to bring my guest up on the screen. Hey, ma'am.
Good evening. How are you?
I am great. You are here, in the Joseph Consulting Firm Studios via Louisiana. And, I want you to introduce yourself to the amazing people that, tune in and love and listen to the Business Knowledge Broker Hour with Candace Joseph. You are my only guest tonight for this Monday night edition, and it's near and dear to my heart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you up full screen, and I want you to tell people about your greatness.
Oh. Thank you. Good evening, Facebook and all of the followers. And I just want to take an opportunity to say, Candace, thank you so much for allowing me into your studios and sharing your viewers with me. I am Laketa Smith, the Executive Director and founder of A Better Love Film Society, and also the CEO and Chief Editor of Educated Bella Publishing. And my nonprofit organization, which is called ABLS for short, we focus on promoting mental wellness through scholarships for minority women. We do gun safety and self-defense classes, as well as advocacy work. And pretty much we have our hands in any social justice issue that we can partner up with national partners and make sure that we are your voices. I am also a steering committee member of the East Baton Rouge Parish Prison Reform Coalition. And we partner up and do a lot of work as well together and advocate for a better and safer jail. We actually are advocating that they close down the jail in East Baton Rouge Parish due to the 44 deaths that have occurred while in custody. So we'll talk a little bit about that more later on. I am also the creator of the Resilient Period candles. I decided to partner up with one of my board of directors and to bring a resilient candle during a pandemic, during the height of the pandemic, so that we can globally, send a message to the people and let people understand that we definitely understand that this pandemic is serious. However, we're going to be resilient, period. And just to give some hope and some, shed some light on such a dark and trying time that was going on in America. So we'll talk more about the Resilient Period candles and what the Soylux candle collection looks like. And yeah, I'm just here. And I want to say thank you guys so much for allowing me into your space and into your heads, because we're going to talk tonight. Tonight, we're going to get down.
I thought I was busy. I thought I was a busy person. I was sitting there like, and then. Yeah.
Stop. No, that's just that was just the.
It's the things you did today. These are the things you did today. Well, I have to say, I applaud what you do. And I want to talk a little bit about your nonprofit and what you guys do in the space of health and wellness in regards to mental health. Can you tell the people that are watching at home a little bit more about that? Because I want them to know about that.
Okay. So ABLS is not an organization where you can seek treatment. We're like the first initial contact of self-reporting when you realize that you're suffering from anxiety, when you know that you've been traumatized and that you want to seek help and empowerment. We are the heels on the ground and we are the first contact. So we put you in place with resources. We also motivate you, and we have a program that extends, that holds your hand, because it's a peer mentoring program that holds your hand for 6 months to a year, depending on the assessment that's given and the way that you want to maneuver, because we're here to help, but we're not going to force you to be in your life and to help you. And on a spiritual side, because I'm more spiritual, we meet people where they are. So it's a no judgment free zone. And we also host what's called a mental vent, where people can come together, which has transformed to the virtual world because of the pandemic, where we just sit down and vent and we let it go. And so that is one of the most important things that our Bella La Femme does. And then we have our love offering, which is called the scholarships. And of course, the scholarships are given to minority women. We don't care what kind of college you're attending. The application process is very easy. It's open currently now for the spring semester of 2021. And listen, we just want to love on you and want to let you know that we are here to support you, and let's get it. Because when you decide that you want to obtain a college degree, sometimes it shifts. Sometimes you don't know if, okay, am I making the right decision? Am I doing this? You don't have it all figured out, but this is why we're here. So we can sit down and develop a strategy and a plan to make sure that that's implemented, and make sure that we meet you when you walk across that stage, because this is love. Yeah.
I love that, because you guys not only offer the mental health, you open it up to the community, which I think is great, because especially dealing with the pandemic and everything that's going on, I think that that's a great avenue to get people to talk more. And so sometimes, you'll get people that will start talking about the pandemic, and then they'll start talking about their life and things that they go through. So I have to say big ups to you on that, because I feel like we don't talk enough about mental health. And because of the pandemic now, more than ever, people are bringing up mental health issues where they've been there all along. So it's kind of a bittersweet kind of moment where they are playing a part. Great things are growing and developing due to that. And I have to say, thank you for coming on my show. Thank you for being one of those game changers in the community. That's first and foremost, because a lot of times we're busy. We're going through all of our daily things, especially entrepreneurs, right? So sometimes you never think about how you can impact one person, and then it spreads like wildfire. And I think that's the most amazing part about it. And I love the love offering now. Scholarships to help people go to college or to do with the things they need to do in the skill of job training, skills, things they need to know. I absolutely love that. Thank
Yeah,
you for doing that.
of course, of course. Because with the pandemic, we have seen an increase of a lot of anxiety and a lot of self-reporting with mental health. And so I tried to think of a way to combat that. And so I hosted recently a complimentary shopping experience. And I mean, that experience and the feedback from the people that actually was able to come in and have a free shopping experience. We talking like Bloomingdale's and Saks Fifth Avenue. We steamed the clothes. Everything was nice laid out. We had resources available, and they can make private appointments where they can come in and they didn't want to shop around with anyone else or didn't want anybody to see or to discuss a hardship, that they can come to my office and have that shopping experience on their own, private.
I love that.
Yeah.
I really do. And you recently got an award. Can you tell the people that are viewing about that award and what it meant to you to receive it?
So the nomination meant everything in the world to me because it lets me know that I'm reaching the people and that people are paying attention, because this is the year of accountability. And I think that, if we can do better by helping each other, whether it's just sharing a post, whether it's putting it in your story, or just doing a free online survey for the doctoral students. Like, come on, let's do better with doing better by each other. And so getting the nomination, first off, it was just amazing because I am in Baton Rouge. I'm originally from New Orleans. I know you hear it. I always
But
yes,
tell people
I am.
about it.
I
Tell
am.
people about the nomination. Because I want them to hear what nomination, what company, how did all of that come about? I want them to hear that story because
Yes.
it's magic.
Yes. And so I received an email that I was actually a nominee for the Women Mean Business Awards. And so the category is, I want to say they had like 13 or 14 categories this year. And so I was a nominee for the Best Community Champion, along with two other amazing women that are in the nonprofit sector that are doing amazing work statewide. And so I was honored to be one of the three, and I brought it home. I'm the people's choice. The people spoke, and it was a voting. And so that was the mechanism of how, you determine who got the award. But I shared this award with my category because, again, we're better together and we cannot work separate. We are all in the nonprofit sector. So all of these women are doing unique and great things with their staff and their committees. So I must say that, Orion Phillips, she put on an amazing Opulence Production put on an amazing award show through the pandemic. And I do events, so I know the hardship and I know how difficult it was to plan a perfect evening. And when I tell you the night was perfect, it just set the tone and a vibe that, it was just amazing, and the theme was Women Mean Business, and it was the award show, and it was resiliency, women of resiliency in Louisiana. And let me tell you, everybody that was in that room have a resilient story. So it just fit right along with, my mission, my core values and everything. So it was amazing being in that space and sharing that space. And I want to say thank you so much, Orion, for putting that on, and all of the sponsorships that came in for the Women Means Business Awards for 2021. And to my nominees that shared a category with me, I love you both. And anytime that you need me, I'm here. And that's the real deal.
I love it. I love it. And it was a great night. I was very honored to take part in that night, and just to do the red carpet, to meet all of the great nominees and the winners and the people behind the scenes. It was absolutely magical. And I have to say thank you for that. And everybody's like, okay, well, Candace, how did you get that? How is it that you're all of a sudden, man, you traveling now? And I'm like, hey, I'm good. I'm protected, so I'm good. And it was, this, I guess for me, this really showed the proof of how, reaching across and supporting, other entrepreneurs. We're women supporting women, but at the same time, just supporting other entrepreneurs was just a great thing. And, I got invited to do this based on Clubhouse. I was just on Clubhouse, Amanda Taylor, Miss Black Baton Rouge, thank you very much for the connect. And I want to make sure that I give her that shout out. And it was amazing. And I love the fact that I was sitting there listening on Clubhouse and it's audio only. So nobody could see me in the background fangirling like, yes, my tribe. I found my people. These are my spirit people. Okay, we're all with it. And it was amazing. Yeah. I absolutely loved it, because we all have to, and especially in this day and age, we all have to empower each other. We have to uplift each other, and we definitely have to support. So if that meant me, taking a couple of people from my team, from Joseph Consulting Firm, and going across that state line, that's what it meant.
And you were sure. We were so happy to see you, me and Amanda. And I was like, oh my God. And she pinged you into our first Clubhouse. So that was so amazing. She pinged you into our first Clubhouse. And I was actually sick. And that shows you the spirit of resiliency that I have, because I was extremely sick. I literally was in Texas and I ended up getting food poisoning and eating from this place. Yeah, crazy. But yeah. And so I went on and did the Clubhouse talk and nobody could tell. And then we all connected on there and Orion was on there. And, it was just amazing. And so it was a divine connection. When you do what you're supposed to do and you do your part, honey, your tribe will come. They will find you. They will find you.
I love it. I love it. And because this is the thing, a lot of times people always sit back and think of women entrepreneurs as being in competition with each other, but that wasn't the case. And I'm a person, I'm like, okay, I like to help. I'm peace, I'm light, I'm love, I'm knowledge. That's what I'm about. And so for me, I didn't care that my sister was in a different state. My sister said, I need help. And I said, I'm coming. And that was it. It was no other discussion. I didn't have to take a vote and ask someone's permission.
Right.
No, I'm going. Help is needed. I'm on the way. And it was an amazing, magical night. And I love it. And see, as in the same opinion, she said, yes, it was magical. It was.
And I'm still smiling. Look, I'm still smiling because we need that during the pandemic, because everything that we're seeing right now is full of hatred and dark and Trumpisms and all of the colorisms and body consciousness and all of the things that divide us. And so that was a night for us to be like, yeah, we are the conquerors. Seriously.
Yes, we were. And I loved being in a room of women that spread out from all across the state. Yeah, they were from, most were from New Orleans, yes, but just all around greatness, just from different people being there. And it was amazing to learn, the different fields that people were in. And I have to say, some of the companies, I was like, I wouldn't have never thought of that.
Exactly.
No, I love it. I absolutely loved it. I loved it. But, look, you do more than just win awards and help people get scholarships and bring about the great, great resources for people to get great mental health. You do some social activism too. Tell us a little bit about that. I want to discuss that.
Okay, so I have partnerships with so many great organizations, and like it's Black Voters Matters, for one, that just got recognition from Michelle Obama on Instagram. And Latasha Brown and Cliff Albright are amazing, amazing people. And Black Voters Matter have been knocking on doors, doing the Blackest bus tours in America. And I had the opportunity to take 2 tours around the state of Louisiana. And we were boots and heels on the ground, knocking on doors, registering our people, letting them know that, yes, your vote and your voice matters. So along with that, like I said, I'm a steering committee member of the East Baton Rouge Parish Prison Reform Coalition. And right now we're advocating and working on making sure that our jails are safe for our incarcerated people, and that restorative justice and rehabilitation is on the forefront of this whole movement of what we're doing. And it's just so imperative that people understand, don't develop the Mamie Till syndrome, that it doesn't matter until it happens to you. We don't want that. We want you to come on board and advocate and use your voice for the voiceless before it's your family, before it comes to you. So that's just along with the Power Coalition and, Vote. I am a huge, huge super member of Vote New Orleans and Vote Baton Rouge, which is ran by formerly incarcerated individuals that advocate and does policy work and make changes around our state. So I am excited that I have the opportunity to partner up and be in the midst of these giants in the civil rights game. I mean, these people have been advocating for so long, and Reverend Anderson is such a dear. She's like a second mother to me over the East Baton Rouge Parish Prison Reform Coalition, as well as Norris Henderson, which is the executive director of Vote. These are amazing gems and jewels to me that I treasure. And when I tell you that when they speak, I listen because I'm learning and I'm growing, and they give me the opportunity and the platforms to be in leadership in the organization. So that's something that is very humbling to me, because they didn't have to, put their trust into me, but they did. And I'm always making them proud, because that's what I'm here to do. And I love that I have that mentorship with those two individuals, among other people that's a part of my tribe that I learn from every day. Because I'm not just the executive director, I'm also the student. Believe that. I learn and I listen. And I think that that is imperative as a leader, because I'm a leader in my right, but you best to believe I'm a listener.
Like they do in those coffee shops, they snap. They say, yes, yes, yes. That's amazing. Because a lot of times, when you see an entrepreneur, you just say, okay, they're in business, they do this. And then you find out all about the great ways that they're out here trying to create change.
Mm-hmm.
So I love the fact that you are someone that's out here changing the game and you're doing it. But I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
With all the things that you do, what is the motivation towards keeping within this work? What's the motivation?
I have several pillars of motivation. I have several principles that I go by in mantras. And I will definitely tell you that I'm second generation activist. So it comes as second nature because I was raised in the game. And, prior to the live going, we were talking about you bringing your kids to work. Let me tell you something. I got up early and I was ready to go to work with my grandfather, because he was the only Black executive at his company. And I mean, for him to be over hundreds of white people, I could tell you a whole story about that. We could take hours about what he endured in Black leadership during that time and his advocacy work. So, just being brought up in it, I love partnerships, and I love learning. And so I think the self-motivation, and then again, having people like Norris Henderson and Reverend Anderson and Demetria Parker, having people like that have my back and that works with the organization day in and day out to make sure that ABLS, shine bright. And, I just love the fact that, I could connect with those people like Brian Stevenson, people like Orion Phillips, and Amanda, just people that come on board with a genuine spirit. It's not about the length of time. It's about the legacy and the truth of the person that's involved with you. What do you plan on doing with ABLS the next year? How do you help us grow? How do I help you grow? That's what it's about. It's about real connecting and meaningful relationships. And those are the things that, give me just a second. I don't know my screen. Hold on.
Well, we can still see you, so you're good on my side.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't know what happened. I had a pop-up and I'm like, wait a minute, what is going on? So those are the things that I would definitely say that keep me motivated and keep me going. And I'm inspired, and it's always like Latasha Browns, like Cliff Albrights, those type of individuals that, we have the Bell Project, Ashley White, and just so many amazing people that we could collaborate with. And, I must say some of the people that I work with, their kids died in that jail. And so looking at their mother, that broken heart, I can't help but to wake up and advocate. I can't help but to wake up and make sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. You know,
Oh,
that, yeah. So
because that night we met, you and I talked about that. We talked about continuing that walk into purpose. We talked about that. And because a lot of times people, you just fall into your purpose sometimes. A lot of times I think people do. Sometimes it's not a plan, a set plan. Yes, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Something is a catalyst, that's going to push you forward into doing that. And it can be your own greatness, or it can be the fact that you're seeing things around you and you're like, hey, I need changes to be made, but I wanted to pick your brain on something too. Now, community service champion, in the community, you're a champion in the community. You are out here speaking on different platforms. That's one. Then you're in the community, you're social activist. And then you have this great tool that you use to bring about manifestation through the candles. I want to talk about that.
yes. So with the candles, again, creating something that can empower and inspire a world. I sat down and I prayed about it, and I was like, what can I do? Because we also have the Bella Promise, a love campaign, which we gained over 600 signatures. We only was set out to gain 200. We gained over 639 signatures worldwide. So we're going to do that campaign again. And so with the candles, it came about, and I'm like, everybody love candles. Everybody, they feeling it, because for me, it's a spiritual thing. And I use mindful meditation. So of course, it's second nature to me, but how can I reach other individuals to sit there and make it a calming space for them, and for them to be able to, look, they pinging me in Clubhouse. Or, they want me in the room because I'm always on the stage. And so how can, I develop something that is a universal language as much as music? Because anywhere you go, even Helen Keller loved music, deaf and blind, come on. Yeah. She was able to feel it in our soul. So that's how I feel about the candles. And it's an experience, because my deliveries, just the way that we package, the whole thing have never been seen or done before, I promise you, because we do rose petal deliveries. We do manifestations, and we also do affirmations with your candles. Mm-hmm. So you don't just get a candle, you're giving back, because you're seeding into our love offering for our scholarships. So you're keeping ABLS running. So your dollars are meaningful. They're not just Black dollars being spent in a Black company, but you're putting it right back into our community. So that money does not go into my pocket. It's constantly going back into the community. And that's the beauty of it, because that's what we're supposed to do, And so thank you, Amanda. And so, and I have one here right now, and wait, let me see. Okay. Because, everything is backwards. So I definitely have the Resilient Period candle in the rose gold here, and I have it burning right now.
Wow. It's amazing. Yeah. Great packaging.
It brings a good energy. A lot of people love it. It's a work candle. It's a little different. It's an inspiration candle. And so it's set with the intentions to inspire you. And it's also a flirty night candle. We also have another scent called Gray Sweatpants, which is kind of flirty for date nights and, adult vibes. And yeah, Gray Sweatpants is one of our number one sellers among Resilient. I love it. People love gray sweatpants. They love it. They absolutely love gray sweatpants. And that was just so funny to me because of the scent. And I was like, this smells like gray sweatpants. And it literally came to me. And I text my board of director, Demetria. And she was like, not the gray sweatpants. I said, yes, we do it, the gray sweatpants. And she fell out, but literally fell in love. And that's what team is all about, the support and the unwavering support from my family, like just everybody. And at this time, I just want to say to those who are watching, new and old, don't be a stranger. And those who have had my back, the Candace, the Orions, everybody that's on, Thank you guys so much for supporting me. And thank you. Trust me, 2021 is going to blow your mind. You have no idea.
Oh yeah, look. We talked before this live. We're not gonna talk about the 2021 plans. The only thing you need to know is that you and I are gonna join some forces on a couple of projects. That's the only thing you need to know. That's it. Anything else. Look, one of my team members, Omar Wesley, I guess he is LOLing about the gray sweatpants.
I know it. I know what I tell you. It is, but it's so,
Great
it's
marketing.
so funny. It's so funny.
Great marketing. No, think about that. That's great marketing. So
of course,
you got the guru over here fangirling. I'm like, yes, that's great marketing. Yes. So I want to ask you this. What's next?
So I can tell you what the focus is this month, and I can tell you what's next for ABLS. So my focus with my community partnerships, of course, we're gearing up, making sure that we put the most Democrats in office. And this is not, I know I have a 501c3, so people, please understand that with a nonprofit organization that you cannot get into political parties as far as affiliation for a candidate. Understand the language. And so what we do is advocate your right to vote. So that's what Act 636 done. It restored the voting acts of formerly incarcerated people. So that is something that we did. And also we voted yes on too. So the unanimous jury project, which is amazing. That was an amazing opportunity for us. So we're going to keep engaging in the people and making sure that they're powerful voters and understanding that the mental wellness advocacy is here. But we need to focus on local leadership, and we need to make sure that we are putting the right people in office. So my organization is going to be doing a lot of things that's going to be advocating and putting the resources out there so you can make the determination of who you want to vote for, because that's your right, but that's your voice. And we don't want you to sit back at home, because we need you. We need better leadership on a state level, federal level. And so to make sure that you understand that this is what's happening, these are the deadlines, and also making sure that we take care of the East Baton Rouge Parish prison. And I say prison, but I do need you to understand that the terminology, I don't know who named it, but it is a pretrial detainee facility. It is a local jail, so it is not a state penitentiary. So these individuals that died in the East Baton Rouge Parish jail, I mean, they haven't even seen their day in court. So that is really, yeah. And I believe in due process, that's my background, and so I definitely do believe in due process, and everybody is innocent until proven guilty. We have to have a trial. That's what the penal system, that's everything is set up to do that. And so that's what's next for as the advocacy work. We're still going to be operating the complimentary shopping experiences. If you need any clothing or anything, if you want to do any donations, send them our way. We definitely here to accept them if I have to come and pick them up. And long-term, ABLS is going to be extending some services. And so we're going to be providing educational opportunities straight from our website, where you're going to be able to get certifications. And so we're just gearing up, getting all of that together, because we want to definitely make sure that we empower and inspire you, if not to be an entrepreneur, but move up that ladder and make sure that you break that glass ceiling, especially as minorities. So we are going to gear you up and have you motivated and amped up to have the best 2021 that you can ever see. And that goes on 10 years on. And so that when your eyes close, you're leaving a legacy. So that is what's next.
I love it. I'm speechless, which doesn't happen. I am totally speechless. It doesn't happen too often, but I just want to say thank you for being a community champion, really. And I know why they gave you that award. And I've, since we first talked on Clubhouse, it was like, oh yeah, she gets it, because we have to look outside of just our community and think about how those things will gravitate and roll out and spread nationwide. Yeah. So thank you. Thank
And
you.
let me tell you, this started in 2013 for me. I won an opportunity to study abroad to the Salzburg Global Seminar. And it talks about global citizenships and ways we can be local champions in 2013. And I'm sitting there as a Black woman, and it was only a few Blacks that was actually awarded this. And so I was one of the students that represented for the state of Louisiana in Salzburg, Austria. So I'm sitting here. We went all into Germany. We went into different spaces and we explored and looked at collaborative efforts and how we can talk about being global citizenship. And I was like, I came all the way over here and I already know everything, but it was the experience. Everything was beautiful, but it was confirmation. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't cocky. I was like, Lord, I'm on the right path of doing what I want to do, because I came all the way across the world for these people to say what I wrote 7 years ago in a diary. So yeah, let's do this and let's do this. And, I was part of an amazing cohort. That was an amazing experience, 2013. And one of my cohort sisters texted me last night and we are still in contact, and we didn't know each other, but I don't meet any strangers. My spirit is here for a reason, and I am manifesting in that reason and making sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Because if I don't, he's going to snatch me from here. So I have a job to do,
Yeah,
You don't want nobody wasting time and space.
yeah. It seems like you kick in until you can't anymore.
That's right.
You train up the next person to kick in behind you. And a lot of times people, they look at what I do for entrepreneurs and nonprofits and they said, okay, well, you're kind of like a social entrepreneur. And I had to sit back and think about that and then the terminology with it. I said, yeah, I guess you could say that. I want to help entrepreneurs that are making impact out in the world. That is my goal. And that's the reason why I started the radio show. And this is the reason why interviews like this are so important, because there are hidden jewels within every community where it doesn't matter where you are in the world. If you are a hidden gem, people need to know about you. So that's one of the reasons why I do what I do, and I love it. And I get to get amazing people like you on my show who gives the best hugs, and we take the coolest pictures. Oh, we were so cute. We were so cute.
We were.
Cute. But it's one of those things like, I am glad that you are a part of my tribe.
Of course.
And
I'm honored. I'm honored.
I have to say that because I want people to know, like, you can be that one person to activate change. You don't have to wait for someone else to start it and get the ball rolling. You don't have to do that. If you are it, and I tell people all the time, if you dream about it, you think about it, you're writing it down all the time, that is what you're supposed to do. That is your purpose. I think that's the best thing ever. I really do. So thank you for being here.
Of course. Thank you, Amanda. I'm seeing the comments coming in. Thank you so much. And just to talk about what you do, I think that it's so important that the underdogs, because forever, I'm gonna forever be an underdog. I teamed up with the Vera Institute of Justice and I've done some research and worked with Vera. And I will tell you, those are some of the most humbling people, yet making the most impact, just like so many other individuals that are doing the work. And I must say that I listen, being humble and making sure that you do your part in your tribe is one of the most essential things in surviving and looking at emotional intelligence and business. And it's all about your intentions, because they say fake it till you make it. You can only be fake for so long. And like me, I'm a spirit reader. I've been a spirit reader since 7 years old. I used to get in trouble for opening my mouth because I used to be like, I will look and at the church folks and be like, they saved, really? They saved, they not saved, they not saved, they not saved. Hey. But seriously, because it was just in me, and I'm like, oh my God. And my grandmother was like, that's discernment. She was like, you're a fireball, and I always want you to make sure that you use that fire for good reason. So I talk. And so by me being a talker, I'm going to talk and advocate for the voiceless. So it just lined up. And so anybody that's out there listening, that may suffer from imposter syndrome, that may suffer from anxiety or are introvert or anything like that, it's okay. We meeting you where you are. If you want to connect and collab with me, I am here. I am international. I do it all. I studied abroad, so I have the knowledge and I have the means of connecting people on a global scale, and I don't mind sharing that. If you serious, I don't mind. And they say that, oh, you cannot take the elevator, you have to take the stairs. You do have to put your work in. I'm not going to just drop it, but you have to be meaningful and intentional. And I think that you providing this platform for individuals like me as the underdogs and the real heels on the ground, I just want to say thank you. I'm forever indebted, because this is such an amazing space, and you taking your time, and your daughter turned 21. Happy birthday, beautiful. And you're here with me. And so that just says a lot about the work. That says a lot about Candace the King. Yes, because
Look, that's the Facebook name. That's the Facebook name for people that are tuning in to Facebook. They're like, what is Candace the King? Candace the King is my Instagram name. I am royalty from the top of my head to the bottom of my feet. And the thing about it is that in most spaces and places historically, people would listen to the King. So for me, that's the reason why I chose the name the King. So yeah, but I just feel like a bond has been. Look, you have bonded with everybody on Facebook. You really have. I want you to tell the people at home, give us some parting wisdom going out, and then I want you to tell people how they can get into contact with you. That's what I want them to know.
So for me, I just want to be very, very transparent, and I want to be very open, and I'm looking you guys straight in the eyes, straight there. And I just want to say that be authentic. Be the same friend, lover, husband, wife, co-worker, teammate, whatever your title is, non-titles, whatever you are as a human being. If you identify as a human, whatever you identify as, be true, be real, be loyal, because in a time that we're living in, we are better together. If something is weighing you down, get the resources, seek the help that you need, because when you are healed, the tribe is healed. And that's what we aiming to do, a communal healing. It's time for us to heal and love and live and laugh. And that is my piece. Thank you guys so much. And how you can get in touch with me, I am educated_Bella on Instagram. That is my personal. My personal Facebook is Laketa Marie Smith. My business Facebook is a Bella La Femme Society, and the business Instagram is ABL Society. Please stay connected with me, and I promise you will not be disappointed. Thank you so much, guys. She's putting it all down and she's typing it all in. And before we go,
look, iron sharpens iron.
Always.
There's no other way that I can say that. And I want to say thank you for being my guest. Thank you, for taking out this time to speak with me and the listeners. And I want people to get this greatness. And here's the thing. If you know someone who, needs to come on this platform, I want people to know about great people. So you can call me, you can Google me, which is, the introvert in me is still blown away about that. You can Google me. You can Google the consulting firm. You can text me at 713-425-0510. That's my personal number. You can inbox me or send an inbox to the Business Knowledge Broker Hour with Candace Joseph or the Joseph Consulting Firm. We have to get good people on this show. I want to make sure that people know the hidden jewels that are out here in the community. Only thing I have to say is thank you, thank you, thank you very
And
much.
one more thing, guys. If you follow me on my platforms, you'll see that we have a change.org petition going around so that we can get 1,000 signatures. Because again, Correct Health has been very, very negligent in the way that they're providing healthcare services to our incarcerated people, because not everybody that is incarcerated are murderers. Some people are there for speeding tickets and they're dying in that prison, in that jail. So we have to advocate change. Please join me. It takes a second. The link is in my bio on Instagram, on both the Educated Bella as well as the Bella La Femme Society's ABL Society Instagram, and as well as my Facebook. Sign that petition, guys, and share, because the advocacy starts with us. Change starts with us. We can't talk about Black Lives Matter if Black lives don't matter to us, and that's our people that are dying in that jail. So I just want to, let you know that, and it's free. It takes no time, literally less than a minute, to put your name on a signature and to just help us, because that is just the right thing to do to make sure that rehabilitation is happening in a jail. None of that is happening under that contract that is active now. So we want to revoke that contract, and we want to make sure that a team is there that is going to provide the adequate health care that our loved ones need, because that's our people in there. And we want them to come home rehabilitated. So that's my soapbox. I'm getting off the soapbox. I'm still leaving y'all.
This is the thing. Those that are listening in, they're going to want to know, is this the petition that you want people to sign? Is that only geared for people that are in Louisiana, or
No,
that
indeed. It's national. Yeah. That's why I'm saying it. Yeah. We want the signatures of everyone. We want, because this is not, let me tell you something. The statistics, we are the deadliest jail in the world. 44 deaths. We are the deadliest. Like, you can do the research and it will provide you with all of the information, and you can follow us and you can see how we transition and what we're doing. But it's horrific. The stories is horrific, and the stories are heavy. So at your discretion, dig as much as you want to with the East Baton Rouge Parish Prison Reform Coalition. You can find us on Facebook. And if you don't remember any of this, just connect with me and send me the links and I got you. Just plain and simple. And I'm going to do that. So don't worry about remembering the names. I'm very informal. So just say hi though. I like people that speak. Don't just come into my DMs, and don't just slide into my DMs talking. Just say hi, good morning, say something, say a little something. But other than that, we good. But thank you guys so much.
And this, you can give me the link as well. I'll post that, and you can always post that in the comments on the live feed as well, so that way anybody that's watching, they can get that. And I'll post those links as well on my personal and radio station page. So no problem. But I want to say thank you so very much for being my guest tonight. Thank you.
Tonight has been amazing, Candace. Thank you so much. Again, happy birthday to your queen. 21 is a big deal. Just thank you, Candace, for all that you have poured into us since we met, because you didn't have to be authentic. You didn't have to do, because people say all day long, oh, I'm gonna call you, I'm gonna connect. But unfortunately, most people don't. I haven't had that experience. When my people say they rolling up, they gonna do it, you show up just like you did. So I'm blessed, and I'm forever indebted. And again, thank you so much. And to my tribe that is watching, that support ABLS, thank you, and stay tuned, baby, because we're going to rock 2021 out. Believe that.
So thank you for being my guest tonight. I totally appreciate that. Guys, this is the thing, right? This is why I do what I do. I want to find those hidden jewels that are out here in the community that are doing great work. I don't care if it's a product. I don't care if you have an invention. I don't care if you wrote a book or play. I don't care if you're holding virtual seminars online. It doesn't matter. The point is to get the greatness out there, to get the knowledge out there. We want people to be a part of the global citizenship of the world. So let's go ahead and be global. Let's support. Let's bring light. Let's bring love. Let's bring that knowledge along the way. So you guys know me. It's almost that hour coming on by. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into that intro. Let's be out for tonight.
HighVolumeMusicRadio.com. The Business Knowledge Broker Hour.
Hey, yo, Guru, you ready?
Business, marketing, accounting, social media, resources, strategies, tips, events. The Business Knowledge Broker Hour.
It's just savage business.
Grants,
Let's talk some
funding,
business. Come and talk some
capital,
business. Come and talk some
life
business.
insurance,
Let's do it.
annuities, finances, tax tips, strategies, music, business,
Let's talk some business.
local
Come and talk some
spotlights,
business. Come and talk some business.
business
Let's
highlights,
do business. Let's talk some
leadership,
business. Come and talk some
entrepreneurship.
business.
The
Come and talk some
Business
business.
Knowledge
Let's do
Broker
business.
Hour.
Let's talk some business. Come and talk some business. Come and talk some business. And let's do business.
With that being said, it's only one thing left to say. Be peace, be light, be love. Always go out on a foot of strength and knowledge. Make sure you help your fellow man, build up your community. This CEO is out. Good night.
HighVolumeMusicRadio.com. The Business Knowledge Broker Hour.
Hey, yo, Guru, you ready?
Business, marketing,